Hello guys, how are you doing? This my name is Iman Elia, your instructor. So today we're going to learn about Photoshop. Or today our first lesson will be about the introduction to Photoshop. First of all, what is Photoshop? Photoshop is a powerful software used to edit, develop, and design graphical tools like logos, flyers, banners, and so many. As you well know, what graphic is. So, another thing that we can talk about is that as a student or as a learner or as a beginner who have started with us this journey of training Photoshop, the outcomes are going to be that you will be able to adjust the brightness, contrast, and color in some images. Not only that, removing blemishes and red eye or no unwanted objects. Like you have an image of a client having having a poor quality kind of a video, kind of an image, so you will be able to produce the HD or the good quality of an image the way how you can see this UFAT logo. Okay, so you also learn how to create 3D images, 3D logos, PNG type of images. It is so. First of all, let us see how we can open. Let us see how we can open Photoshop. Okay, so this is your method of how you can open Photoshop. First of all, you are going to click on a Windows button or a Start key on your keyboard. So that button is having these icons on it on your keyboard, or else you click on this one here exactly. After typing it, then type the word Photoshop. Even if you don't complete it, you will get your all types of or your all versions of Photoshop. So here we shall be using this model of Adobe Photoshop CC 2019. If you don't have this software, please you can text or you call for the setup or for the installation of Photoshop. So after searching it, we click on it once so that it can load. So you can see it has loaded. We have used this version because it is faster and it is it allows every type of a graphic card of any computer, even if it is a computer which has a less graphic card, it can get installed and ready to open. So here is the interface of Photoshop, and this is how it looks like. So first and foremost, let us get to know what does this labeled kind of images and tools, what do they do? So these ones help us to go forward with our editings. First of all, there's what we call home. So when we are at home, in most areas, we get to see the vision of what that application does. Like at this home, we can see some kind of images created by this Photoshop. Not only that, we have this kind of a command of a command. We have also this one, create new. We have the open. So first of all, let us first see what is create, what is open, and why do we have these ones, yet for you on your computer you don't have them. Then let us talk about the create new. So this create new, it is used when you are creating dimensions or pixels of the new type of a project or of a new Canva. We shall see what is a Canva and what it does. Then there is this open. It's when you're going to open a project which is, you're going to open a kind of a project that is already saved, or opening any image. For example, when I click on it, so you can see it is opening a dialog box which goes straight forward to my downloads folder, whereby maybe I can open this one, or this one. I can open any, depending to the directions where it is saved. If it is in pictures, I open in pictures. If it is in video, then I open video, but mine are in downloads. You can see them. So not only that, this create new, when you click on it, it is going just to bring this form, or whereby you will find dimensions of Canva that we use, of canvas that we use in Photoshop. Then there is the recent. When you see this list of these Canva dimensions, it means these are the ones that I have ever used. I have used this custom one, I have used the landscape 4x6, I have used the A4. There are very many, isn't so? So when you go to saved, it is showing nothing. I have never saved any here. There is the photo. There are very many. So you go there depending to any kind of a Canva that you need. Not only that, we have this form here of presets, whereby you have untitled. For example, you don't have any desired canvas that you can go with here. You just come here, give it a name, give it the width, give it the height, give it the resolution, then the inches or the pixels. You decide depending on which size that you want, the orientation, either portrait or landscape, or so you create here depending to the dimension that you want. For example, this dimension does not meet with what you want, you create from here. All right, that is creating new. So one of I would like maybe to show you types of images or kind of projects that were created by Photoshop. One of them, it is this logo of Digital Skills Academy. It was created by Photoshop. When I click on it, of course, it's going to load into my Photoshop. So you can see it is here, created and well good. And again, when we come back, we can see there are very many. Let me open also this one. It is loading. So you can see how good it looks. These are the images. This one is the logo having the effectiveness of 3D. You can see it very well. So it is looking good, and I assure you, by the end of this project, or by the end of this course of Photoshop, you will have all the skills that can enable you create such kind of images. Yes. So what I would also talk about is that I would like maybe we dive into Photoshop so that we can see the layouts and the other parts or sectors of Photoshop. All right. So when we click here, it takes us to Photoshop. You can see these areas or these sectors. So let me explain one by one. So we can see here at the top, there are some tools. Here we can see other tools. Here we can see other kind of images. So when we come to this area here, it's where we find tools, or a section that holds these tools, whose tools helps us to manage layers, colors, shapes, and other. So when you are here, every tool that is here enables you to navigate or manage any content that is in the Canva. Isn't so? So the Canva is the area where we make our operations. If you are typing, you type in the Canva. You are moving objects, you move them through the Canva. So when we come here aside, it's where we call the panels. This area is there to provide the sections of colors. Like for example, when you come here to the window, then we come to the worker space. Then we come and look for the extension default. When we click, you can see that it is blinking. So I have just selected that one because it is the most default used one, whereby we use it to manage and access more panels. Like here, you can see we have colors, we have the switches, where you come and switch with any color. Then we have the row name, the ribbly, the adjustment. Then you have this section, which is the most useful. So this one just holds the layer of any object that is in the Canva. I don't know if you understand this point. This section holds only the layers that are in the canvas. All right. So then, if we don't take much time, let us see what is the canvas, or else let us take a look to the canvas. How does it look like? So we shall come back here. We shall come here to the home. After coming to the home, then let us create a new. This create new takes us to the canvas. Then after clicking there, wait for it to load. For example, let us go with this one at first. You select it, then you click on create, so that you can have the canvas created into our Photoshop. Then here is what we call the canvas. You get the point? This one is what we call the canvas. This is the area whereby texts, tools, objects, images, where they take operations and where they give feedbacks. So let us use one kind of the tool, and we see this area and also this area where we see if there are changes that are going to be made. First of all, the reason or the purpose for this section here, for it shows commands of a tool that is selected. For example, when I select this tool, which is labeled as a move tool, so this one appears when you come and hover on the tool. So when I click on this tool, you can see that commands have changed. So when I go to this one, commands have changed again. So here I'm going to demonstrate. With two tools. One, which is going to be the move tool. Two, the selection tool, which is almost called a rectangular merge tool or a lasso tool. So let us work with it. Let us go first with the rectangular merge tool. It is here, rectangular. Yes, rectangle tool. Let us go with the rectangle tool. Then I come. So when you hear a rectangle tool, what does it mean? So for sure, when you hear about that rectangle tool, it means it is going to generate a shape which is in the form of a rectangle, but whereby also it can even generate a square. In which way, when you get the width equals to the height, it is giving a square. So let us first make a rectangle here. Have you seen our rectangle? Yes, you have seen it. And also you can see that there is a produced a produced option bar, whereby you come and make your changes into this shape that is done there by a rectangle tool. Not only that, you can see that it is having the width plus the height. So if we come and we give this height, these pixels of 3836, and we put them here, it will give us the dimensions of what? Of a square. So first of all, you have seen what a rectangle tool does, or you can draw even a square here. So you can see the more I draw, you can see there aside some kind of dimensions are being shown. So you can see sometimes here it is matching to be a square. Not only that, let us see what does a move tool do. So when we come to the move tool, and we come here, it enables us to make our shapes get to move from one position to another position, the way you see like this. I can position them the way you want. I can change the colors through this layout, this command section, or the option layout bar, or the option bar. When I come back here to the rectangle, you can see now it is giving the commands, whereby you can see the fill. Its purpose is to give the color to the shape. When I come and I change like this, you can see the colors are changing. Do you see that? So slowly by slowly, as today marks the first lesson. So the more we go further, the more we get to understand Photoshop. So you can see that when it is created here, it is on top of this one. So for example, if you need like this one here, this rectangle to be in front of this square, what can you do? That's where we go to the layer section, whereby we come to these layers and make them switched on top of each other. For example, before you switch here, make sure you select a move tool. Why? To avoid maybe to make a mistake of drawing a shape instead of coming and exchange these these layers one on top of another. So we want to make this one be in front of this one. How shall we do it? You just come to this layer and this one. So rectangle 1, it is this one. Then rectangle 2, it is this one here. You can see the colors inside are being visibly seen. So you carry this one and drop it down. Then you can see it has switched. Then when you carry this one again and put it down, then it switches again. So when moving, you should make sure that you have seen that blue straight line occurring there. It means where the layer has reached, when you release, it's going to switch. The position. One comes in front, then another one behind. So for example, when it is here and then I release, you can see nothing is happening. Do you see that nothing is happening? So you should scroll until you see that blue line. So when you release, it has switched. Yes, so those are the real few, and those are the few things that you can learn with Photoshop at the beginning or at our first lesson. Not only that, you have done a certain project, you will ask yourself, how can I save it? So this is how we can save it. That's when we shall go to our menu bar, whereby the menu bar it can give a student access to commands and functions. Which are those commands? So when we click to file, these are the commands. We can see the new, the open, close, and whatever, isn't so? Then you will come to save or save as. So for example, when you go to save, what does it mean? It's going to save the project, but with the default file names and the default type of an image. When we talk type of an image, what do we mean? The way how we know that every kind of an object has a type. If it is a pen, there is a blue one, there is a red one. If there are people, they are the short, the taller, the bigger, and the thin. And when we come also to this type, to this sector or to this section, these images have also types, whereby there are the PNG, there are the GPG, there are the GPEG. There are very many. We shall go on as we understand them. So when you just go to save, it's going to be saved as it is going to be saved by default into the Photoshop document type of a project, or type of Photoshop project or Photoshop document. What is PSD? PSD is that document that you save, and tomorrow when you come back, you can get access to do what? To re-edit. For example, here is the example of a type of a PSD document. Let us go to download it. So you can see that this one was the logo that I created, whereby it is saved but having the icon of Photoshop. So when I open this, this document that is here, it's going to open as a project. It is going to open as a project of Photoshop, whereby I'll be able to demonstrate, adjust, reduce, replace contents at the same time. So when they are saved in these formats, like this one is a PNG document, this one is a PNG image, whereby a PNG image, it is a kind of an image that it does not have a background. For example, when I open here, so you can see that this one, it is a kind of a PNG that is having, this one is having a logo. You can see it is a PNG, but most of them, which makes them somewhat special, it's when it has no background. For example, I had the two. Yes, there is this one and this one. You can see that they are not similar. So let me look for the one that is having no. Yes, this one. You can see that it is affecting the color of my window. So when I open, you can see that it is backgroundless. It has no background. When I try to when you try to see the color that is here and one which is here, they are totally similar. Whereby when you attach it on a document, it matches or it affects the same kind of the background that is on that document. Hope you understand the point. So when you come back to our project, so let us save to today's project. You go to File. After reaching to File, go to Save As, so that you can give the you can select, or you can you can permit it to have your own kind of details. So when we come out to file name, it is untitled. Let us give it a title. Then let's say lesson 1, lesson Photoshop lesson 1. Then here we can come and now select the type of the document, the type of the image, or the type of the document that we want. But due tomorrow, there will be an addition to this project. Let us save as PSD, not PDF. So the PSD is here. You select it, and then after, click on save. So when you go with the save, not save as, you can't have all these. For it saves by default. Then you select the folder. For today, I want it to be saved in let it be saved into downloads. But inside downloads, let me create another folder with the shortcut of Ctrl-Shift-N to make another folder, which will be also named as Photoshop lessons. Isn't so? Then after I click open, after clicking open, it is going to save the name, or the folder name. Then after, when I click on open again, it is now going to switch inside the folder. You can see downloads, which is this one. Then Photoshop lessons, the folder we just created. Then when I click save, it's going to be saved into my folder. Then after I have saved, now I can close my project. After closing my project, let me go to downloads and see, do I have my project there already? Then let us go to File Explorer, and then we go to downloads. Then we go to our document, which is Photoshop lessons. No, sorry. We go to the folder, which is Photoshop lessons. Then when you open it, you can see that we have our Photoshop lesson. So when I click on it, it's not going to open like an image. It is going to open like a Photoshop document, whereby I will be able to adjust and increase in more kind of blendings, text, or another kind of shapes. Thank you for attending the lesson. May God bless you.